It's time for the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast. Each week, Trading Stocks Made Easy demystifies stock trading and investing so you can profit big. And now, here's the host of Trading Stocks Made Easy, the wealthy investor, Tyrone Jackson.
And welcome back to Trading Stocks Made Easy. It's the lovable, the likable me, Tyrone Jackson, the wealthy investor. Am I allowed to say I'm lovable and likable? Yeah, we're going to go with for today. Hey, welcome back to Trading Stocks Made Easy. Let's dive right into today's show, which is all about the power of strategy. Let's say you have an online trading account at Robinhood versus TD Ameritrade. What is the difference? Now, I grew up watching a show called Sesame Street, and one of the things I learned on Sesame Street is one of these things is not like the other. Well, Robinhood, which has marketed themselves very, very well so that you can open an account, let's say with $2, $3, $4, maybe even $500, and you can get into the stock market. What we're seeing now is a revolution in online trading where there are these smaller firms that say you can do something called fractional share buying. So in other words, let's say Nike is trading at $125 a share, but you only have $30 to get started in the stock market. And you figure, well, I'll go over to Robinhood and I'll get a fraction of a share. Now, if you're really serious about making money in the stock market, you're going to find it at a place like Robinhood, which is great, by the way, if you just want to get into the game. But a place like Robinhood is not a place where you're going to be able to do a wide range of strategies that we talk about here on this show. So there's one thing to have access to Wall Street and a trading account. And the next thing is to make sure that you're at a place where you can quickly graduate to a wide range of trades. So this is what I see. I see people saying, I have $500, I want to get in the stock market and I want to make big money. But they're immediately handicapped because they're not even in the right brokerage house to be able to execute trades and collect dividends. So, you know how I'm always talking to you about your wealth being in your thinking and in your money beliefs and how you need a financial education to change your life? Well, we're going to do that today. Today, we want to make sure that you're in the right trading environment to collect dividends, cover calls, and take advantage of stock splits. So let's move forward. Disadvantage to being a place like Robinhood is that your trading skills and what you're able to execute, limited. The advantage to being in a place like TD Ameritrade is that you can do a whole wide range, is that you can execute a wide range of trades, even if skillfully you are not there yet. So make sure you're in the right environment. Now, I don't get paid for TD Ameritrade. It's a platform that I started trading on 20 plus years ago, and I've grown into the tools that they have for a retail investor. Now, if we're focusing now on the right trading environment, being at TD Ameritrade, TD Ameritrade has a platform there called Thinkorswim, and they love it when you use Thinkorswim. The problem is Thinkorswim was really designed for day traders, people who need a lot of data second by second in order to make money in the stock market. Now, if you listen to my shows over the past years, you know that we are not day traders in the Wealthy Investor Program, because we sell covered calls, and we don't need a lot of data other than top-line revenue, what are the overall fundamentals, when are dividends paid, and we also need access to the option chain. So we need to be able to see call options that are 30 days out, 60 days out, 2 weeks out. Really, in this particular style of trading, that's all you need. The Thinkorswim platform, as I just mentioned, is really designed for day traders. It's data heavy. It's showing you second by second trades by institutions. And although all of that is nice, it's not really necessary to be wildly successful in the stock market. So a lot of people wind up on platforms where they can't execute a wide range of trades, and a lot of retail investors get seduced by too much data. Could you imagine that too much information can actually hurt your trades? All right. So if you just go with a basic platform on TD Ameritrade, you will be able to make thousands of dollars consistently. Now let's talk about this idea of consistency in your trading. When a lot of my students find out how to volatility trade and how to sell cover calls and collect dividends all on the same stock, the next thing that kicks in is greed. So you say, well, okay, I'm listening to Tyrone every single week on that podcast. He says you can make money in the stock market, but I'll give it a shot. And that first $1,500 month is amazing to most people. And I always say when you can make $1,500 in the stock market, you can also make $15,000, but you have to grow into that. So people love the earning potential that comes from trading stocks from home, and you should love it. But here's a secret I want to pass on to you. If you start having $1,500 months, before you say, I'm going to move on to that next advanced strategy, you should have at least 3 to 6 months of $1,500 months. Why? Before you move on to the next level of trading, you want to make sure that you are consistent. Because when you move on to that next level of trading, you're probably going to liquidate a mutual fund, or you're going to put more of your work bonus into your account. If you're not consistent with the $1,500 a month, it's going to be a disaster when you're trying to make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. Why? Because you graduated yourself too soon. The key to consistency is having a strategy that works over and over and over and over again. And this is what I noticed online is that a lot of people want to make a lot of money, but they're not willing to put in the time to be consistent first. So I recently got an email from someone who had their first $20,000 month in the stock market, and they were filled with praise for everything that I had taught them. And I love praise because I'm happy to be the messenger, right? They said, we just made $20,000 this month, and now we're ready for $40,000. Whoa. You're not ready for $40,000 the next month. You have no track record of consistency. See, you were trading in a month where the market was bullish, where there was a lot of money flow coming in from institutions and banks and insurance companies, and you think you're ready to double your monthly income. So when the next month experiences a sell-off and the institutions are leaving and you didn't have that $20,000 month that you were expecting, you think that something went wrong with you. It's not that something went wrong with you other than you got greedy and you got ahead of yourself. The key is the right strategy that allows you to be consistent. So if you learn nothing from today's show, I can reinforce this principle. First of all, get on the right platform that allows you to do the right trades. And your goal is consistency. If something were to happen to you in your life and you had to just rely on your residual income from the stock market, don't you want a consistent $5,000 a month? Don't you want a consistent $10,000 a month? Don't you want a consistent $20,000 a month? The answer, of course, is yes. So although you've discovered this game that is great, that can literally change your life, if you have the wrong strategy and you're not being consistent, you'll never have great results. Back in a moment.
Want to increase your stock market trading profits? Then you need to start your monthly membership to WITradeschool.com right now. Don't understand how to write covered calls for monthly income? No problem. Simply review Tyrone's latest stock trades in our video library as many times as you need. WITradeschool.com is all about helping you get the financial education you need to earn money in the stock market and change your financial life. Tyrone Jackson, the wealthy investor, has helped his students earn thousands of dollars per month trading stocks online from home. These are people just like you. So what are you waiting for? Follow Tyrone Jackson's red-hot stock trades and investment strategies today. Don't wait. Start your monthly membership at WITradeschool.com right now.
And welcome back. Okay, on today's show, I've been talking to you about the right platform and being consistent. And the next thing that I want to talk to you about when you're consistent is greed. And I see this all the time. People love trading. I love trading. I couldn't imagine a day, a week, or a month where I am not trading, okay? But when you get consistent, the next thing that happens is greed, right? You want to make huge leaps in your trading. And when greed sets in, for most people, there's no censor. There's nothing that says you are going too far too fast, right? So when greed sets in, what happens with most people? They try to execute higher level trades that they're really not ready for emotionally because their house, their trading house, if you will, is not built on a solid platform. It's not built on a solid basis. It's like when you're building a home, right? If that foundation is not right and there's a hurricane or some tremendous storm, your house is going to go down. So you have to make sure that you're on a solid foundation. How do you do that? Again, you're looking for consistent returns constantly over and over again, and you must be aware of your own greed. The stock market is not an ATM that serves your will. It's a place where if you employ the right strategy, you can do very, very, very well. But without an eye on consistency, you can never go to the next level, even though your mind says to you, I'm ready to go to the next level. So I had a student once. I love this particular story. And this person I never met before. They listened to the podcast. They followed my trades at WI Trade School. They got up to the highest level of group coaching, so on and so forth. They were doing really, really well. And what's really well? Between $25,000 and $50,000 a month. And that's not bad if you've only been trading for 6 months to a year, right? And they were fairly consistent. And I see this all the time. And then this person says to me after about a year of working the program, hey, what else can you teach me? Like, I'm bored now, right? And so I said, well, there's some really advanced stuff, but I only teach that once every 6 months. And they said, you know what, Tyrone, thank you so much. This has been great, but I know everything that there is to know about the stock market. And I need to study higher level stuff. And as I always do, I say, well, I understand that. And I graciously said, good luck to you. And I hope everything turns out well. Now, you know what happens with most people who are impatient and greedy? They're going to lose a substantial amount of money because they're reaching for something where their skills and their emotional life is just not ready for it. So I can always tell when people leave my program because they feel like they're bored. That means they're going to lose a lot of money. Now, I also had another student who swore after, a year and a half of studying, like, I'm going to do this on my own. And why should I even pay for your tutelage or listen to you? Because I really think I've got this thing down. And that person had $750,000 in their account. A year later, they had $99,000. Now, could you imagine the fall from almost $1 million down to $99,000? You know why? Because they moved themselves too quickly. There was no consistency. It was just all about greed. They moved themselves too quickly into an area that they just weren't ready for. And I'm going to tell you one of the things I find really interesting about making a lot of money in the stock market. It's called your ego. And guys suffer from puffed up egos sooner or faster than women do. And so I watch countless number of men, and I have nothing wrong with men. I have no beef with men. But I notice the guys will go off the rails and get swelling egos much more before the women will. And you know what that means? That means they're about to lose a tremendous amount of money because there was no focus on consistency and they got extremely emotional during the good times. So when this person basically wiped out their account, do you think they're going to come back to me and go, Tyrone, can I just talk to you? Because I lost 90% of my money. No, because now they're embarrassed and they're ashamed. Okay. So today's lesson, if you will, is all about not moving too far too fast, not letting greed get the best of you. And here's what I want you to do in your trading. Just focus on being consistent. Pulling in a dollar amount on a regular basis for a 3 to 6 month period before you suddenly go off and try to go to a higher level. Because although it may feel intellectually sound to you, most of the time when you try to move yourself extremely quickly, that is greed, greed, greed. And as I always say when I teach live, greed is a quiet voice. It's not like, let's go get all that money right now. Greed goes, hey, why don't you go ahead and buy 45 contracts of leaps and let the stock move $5. And then you sit there and you reason with yourself and you go, well, that sounds reasonable. I mean, the stock always goes up. Why don't just, I mean, I know it's half my account value, but, I'll try it just once. That's what greed does to you as a trader. That quiet voice that you think you can trust, don't be seduced by the quiet voice, because more often than not, that is greed calling you, and if you answer, you're going to be crushed like a bug. And it's really easy to lose a lot of money because you're not focused on being consistent. Got it? Well, I hope so. All right. I want to lead you in the right direction. I want to coach you. I want to encourage you. I want to show you how to change your life. But we have to be in control of our emotions and put our focus on being consistent on the right strategy before we get seduced by things that we don't understand. And the stock market will take your money and never apologize. I just don't want that to happen to you. Stay focused, stay positive, stay open, and your future is brighter than you can imagine. I'll see you right back here next week on Trading Stocks Made Easy.
You've been listening to the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast. Be sure to rate and review our show on iTunes. While you're on iTunes, be sure to click the subscribe button and you'll automatically receive our next episode.